Right, okay. Hi, Darcy Darkness here with a rant behind the mash reviews. Okay, this is my old Morphy Richards, and you can use a dial. This is set. I'm being very short, probably passive aggressive here, but I don't know if anyone else is like this who is autistic. But new technology and new things doesn't always go to plan, and the anxiety of using this machine because it's not like this machine. I'm having to keep both machines, which means I don't have enough room for the things that would be here. Like, I have to rearrange everything for my coffee machine to fit. Yes, it's a good thing with the filtered water because I can't drink the top water because of my health, my physical health condition. But I'm really not happy. I think it's worth £270? No, especially the fact that I've got to pay a subscription at the same time. Every single month, like £17.99 or something like that. Every single month for me not to use probably the hot water facility because it's set at 250 and the most you can put in is 950, and people are like, why do you need 950 ml of water when you're filling up pots? This here does 1.5 litres. That one. The Morphy Richards one that I absolutely love, that I've had for years. And yes, it does have a bit of filter in it, but the amount of water that I use, bottled water and things like that, my husband thought it would be easier for me to use something like this. With the name being Virgin on it, I should know that it would come with consequences for my actions of purchasing this, since everything to do with Virgin seems to be shite, like their broadband and everything else. Customer service is a lot. So I'm not really in a very good mood this Monday because I'm now having to rearrange my kitchen that already has limited counter space because of the gadgets and stuff that I use to make my life easier. Is there any pluses to this machine? The fact that that's going to save me money on buying bottled water constantly, also reducing the plastics that you get with plastic bottles, also the glass bottles that I was using as well. So it will reduce my recycle, because I have 2 of each bin, and my garden is basically one big long fence of bins basically, because I do recycle, but I do have, like I said, lots of bottles. Why was I changing my Morphy Richards? Heaven knows. Even the thought of learning this machine, I just don't want to. I just don't have the time, and I'm just not interested in the slightest. So even though it sounded like I was being an ungrateful bitch, I'm just not happy with the fact that, one, I was excited about it and then they screwed me over, and then lied, then tried to screw me over again. I've literally had it in its box longer than it's been out in my worktop, and I just can't be arsed because the amount of space it's taken up as well compared to this one doesn't take anywhere near amount of space. I've got to find space now for everything that goes to do with the coffee machine. I'm losing counter space beside my cooker, not having noodles, that's someone else. Yeah, this tiny wee bit of counter space my coffee machine will be. So knows where I'm supposed to put my scales, knows where I'm supposed to put everything else, because there's not really any space over there to the right, which you usually see when I'm actually filming. I have a sniffy nose. I don't know if I've caught something. The lovely engineer decided to not come in with a mask on, and he was coughing a lot. Nothing gets me more paranoid than a stranger in my house coughing like he's dying. I should have just kept the Morphy Richards than going for this. I'm not really... I'm not really that excited or motivated to use it. And it's just a waste of money, I think. Waste of money, waste of time. And the anxiety is absolutely deadly to actually start learning a new product. It's plumbed in, so the water's coming straight in and being filtered. That's the only good thing about it, is when I'm dealing with, you know, my shakers and stuff and filling them up, that 500 ml goes into it. But I won't be using it for the hot water because it's just pointless having to use, because like, oh, you can just use this jug. How is that? It's just an extra fucking step. It's like, you know me, you don't know me. And he's like, you don't know me and how I'm going to react to things. Do you have this problem with new technology, thinking it's going to make a difference, and yet it does not? I didn't even want to moan on this Monday. I just wanted to start off with a bang, like a more positive note, but it is not. I just need to try and focus so I can train and maybe just sweat it out. I'm just so... Yeah, it's going to be one of those days. It's going to be one of those weeks now that it started this way. So let me know if you're the same way with technology. Are you the same way with any sort of product? If it's new and it's supposed to improve or do something better for your life and be positive, and it actually ends up being more negative than positive before you actually see any positives. Well, it works. It's the new one, and it's been plumbed in by ourselves and not by Virgin or the Virgin third party engineer. Sorry about that. But it's in and it's working. There's no crazy noise like it was clunking last time. And as you can see, there's hot, room temperature and cold. It's set for cups, and obviously we've set it for water bottles and things, because we have like the kind of flask type water bottles that stay cold. So nothing has gone wrong yet. Hopefully this is the last time that I'll be ranting about Virgin Pure. I'm still really angry with and disappointed with the customer services. But like most people say, the product's very, very good. The machine is amazing. But the customer services is not. They just don't care. Getting a hold of people and trying to resolve things is something they should really work on. But again, it's Virgin. I've never known them ever to be able to do their job. They always want to place the blame on the customer rather than on their staff or how they run their business. But anyway, hi, I'm Darcy Darkness, and this is Behind the Mash Reviews, and this is the Virgin Pure water filter and water boiler. As I said before, it does hot, room temperature and cold water, and the water does taste much better. Like I said before, we had great water where we live, but then Scottish Water put a chemical in it because of the water table somewhere else was very, very as low as their waste. So they put a chemical in our water, which a lot of people can't use with health problems like myself. So therefore I've had a lot of single-use plastic waste, which I would not like to have, which I can't really help it, and glass bottles as well when I can't get plastic. And I'm a big fan of sparkling water, so what I will be doing is using this, obviously cold water, and then putting it in my soda stream to get the bubbles, because I just can't be bothered lugging all those bottles of water constantly and them lying all over the place, driving me insane. So this is going to help with that. It has a monthly subscription. I'm sure it's $17.99 a month, and that helps with the bulb that's inside it that helps filter the water, and also the filter as well that's in there too. So after 2 months of nothing, no help, no nothing, and just issues upon issues with trying to get it installed, and then the faulty one, and then trying to have that resolved. They still haven't came pick it up, the old one, but at least the new one's installed. And welcome back. I'm Darcy Darkness, and this is Behind the Mash Reviews, and here we have the Virgin Pure system that was plumbed in about 2 weeks ago now, and there's nothing that's happened since. It's working fine. This is a machine, not this actual machine itself, because this is the replacement one, because the other one was faulty, that we ordered in December. And between the lack of customer services and the crappy customer services we did receive, I wanted it sent back, put it that way. I was a very unhappy, disappointed customer that was so angry and full of rage that the wrath of me speaking to people was just crazy, put it that way. So this is a new one. It's been installed. Like I said in previous video when I was moaning about it, which is ranting about it, that it sat in my hallway for over a month in its box, not opened, because no one at Virgin decided to arrange for an engineer to come out and install this machine. This machine cost $269.99 and they didn't care. They didn't give a flying fuck. So we had to chase them up. That's the thing. We bought this unit. We had to chase them up. Would it be different if we paid it up? Heaven knows. So by the time they came out, there was no engineer available apparently to February, and I was like, no, and I'd be continuing to pay this $17.99 a month for this machine. So after many phone calls, many online chats with customer services reps, we finally have a working one installed. I'm not going to fixate on the negative, because if I did, then I'd probably be much more angrier. So this is the replacement, and as you can see, it does hot water, and then in between hot and cold, and then you've got chilled cold water. Now there's the measurements at the top, and these are usually just for cups, like obviously a cup of tea, and then like I think it's 300. The rest of them are all set as. And then this here is a jug of 500, and that actually fills my shakers, like my Ninja blender shakers and my training shakers. Basically, that's the exact amount that I use for my pre-workouts and my clearways and stuff, and everything that I drink training related. And also it fits into the bottle that they give you as well, and most bottles like that. It actually is a insulated bottle, so it does keep the water colder, etc. And my son was taking that one to school, but now he has his own Dragon Ball Z one, which is not insulated and was much more money, but it made him happy. So it's easier for him to get water to take to school and water whenever he wants it, because it's much safer. Why do we have a water boiler, a plumbed in one now? Well, it's easier for me it's easier for me to get water into pots and cups and etc. without burning myself. And when I had a kettle, I was burning myself on the steam. I was picking it up, and I was not realising that I was burning myself until after. And people will think, well, how can you not know you're burning yourself? Because you don't. Some people who are autistic have issues with heat, or they don't, put it that way. This is my old water boiler. This water boiler is staying here, and yes, I have two. This one is plumbed in, this one I've got to fill up. But this one does a 1.5 litres, so it's better for doing like cooking when you're putting things like pasta or rice on and stuff. This is most likely better because it's more, they do more volume. This only does 950, I'm still not ready to part with this because one, it cost a fuck ton of money. It was like over £300 when we originally bought it, because again, water boilers weren't seen as popular back then. I was advised by an OT to get one because I kept burning myself and hurting myself with a kettle, and sometimes I couldn't lift the kettle because of the angle that my wrist, elbow, shoulder type thing. It was really painful for me at one point, so it was easier for me to put an empty cup under, and then just press this, and it's telling me that it's got no water in it, which sounds about right, because I've not really been using it because we did batch cooking, and again, reducing the amount of time that I'm standing, blah blah blah. We're not here for that today. So the water boiler, the home water system 2 it's called, and it's all grubby because it's in my kitchen. But you get this like wee guide here that shows you how to do it. I didn't set it up, hubby did. Because I would at that point got incredibly angry incredibly quickly, and it wasn't going. So apparently it's really easy to set up, for the amounts and everything like that. And there's like obviously a troubleshooting guide and things like that showing you how to preset volumes, and also for like, I think the troubleshooting guide has like the codes and stuff, and you've got a manufacturer's warranty in there. The $17.99 that you're paying every month is to replace like the UV bulb that's in it, and also the filter, which obviously has to be renewed multiple times. So I was wondering what the $17.99 was for, but that's what it's for. I've been using this for 2 weeks now. We've had no faults, no nothing. It's been great, and it's silent, as you can tell, compared to some machines. And yes, I do enjoy using it. It's much easier. I just lost the plot because things were going wrong. And I see negative before I see the positive. Is anybody else like that? Tell me in the comments below. If you see the negative side before you see the positive side, and the negative always wins until the positive prevails. So why a water boiler, as I was saying before I went off on one? Safety. And also, we were spending a lot of money buying bottled water in single-use plastic bottles, which is not good for the environment. It's not good. The fact that my back garden has a full fence of bins, because I have 2 of each bin for recycling. I was just, again, I drink a ton of this water, and the chemical that's put in the water right where we live is very frustrating, because I can't drink the water due to my health. Lots of people can, and I think people who do have these health conditions, they should really, again, have thought about Scottish Water. Should have thought about it, but hey, Scottish Water doesn't give a fuck about everybody. Again, it's a business at the end of the day. So having this has made me not buy the single-use plastic, which is reducing the recycle dramatically. If I want fizzy water, I have a soda stream, so I can actually just gas that as well. So again, I'm not wasting plastic bottles, and saving money as well. So buying all those bottles, and also during the apocalypse, it was really difficult to get sparkling water. It was carbonated drinks were getting really difficult to get because of the gas, so to make them fizzy. So it was really difficult, and that's why I bought a soda stream anyway. So that's what I've always said, is like, what's going to happen because I drink sparkling water? Use a soda stream. Simple as that. And again, the soda machine sometimes doesn't work for me. I can't get it to work. But again, it's just because of my grip. That's the issues that I have with it. I can't possibly get it to screw in sometimes. But again, that's not the manufacturer or anything like that. That's just me having... I've got rheumatoid arthritis as well, which does not help. So I would advise getting these if you do have issues with kettles. Also, safety of water